Well, we're in the book of Joshua today, and we're going to be looking at chapter 14. We've skipped ahead a few chapters. We're going to be looking at Joshua chapter 14, verse 6. Check it out. Now the men of Judah approached Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb, son of Jephunneh, said to him, "You know what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God at Kadesh Barnea, about you and me. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land, and I brought back a report according to my convictions. But my brothers who went up with me made the hearts of all the people melt with fear." And so Caleb is reminding Joshua the story 40 years ago, 45 years ago, about when Moses was head over the Israelites. And Moses had been promised by God that they were going to get the promised land. This was this land that God promised them. And so Moses sent some spies, Caleb being one of them, into the promised land. And all the spies came back, and most of the spies reported back to Moses and said, "Moses, there's no way we can take this land. We can't do it. The people are giants. They're going to kill us. They're too big. They're too powerful." Well, Caleb was one of the spies who said, "Moses, God said we can do it, and I believe we can take this land. We can take this land." Well, Moses decided not to do it. He decided not to take it. He believed the report of the other people. So they wandered the desert for 40 years. But Moses said something to Caleb, and this is what Moses said to Caleb. "So on that day, Moses swore to me, 'The land on which your feet have walked will be your inheritance and that of your children forever, because you have followed the Lord my God wholeheartedly.'" So Caleb is reminding Joshua, who is now the leader of all the Israelites, hey, Moses told me that that land right there, that hill country, would be mine, because I believed God. I believe God. And this is what Caleb says to Joshua. "Now give me this hill country that the Lord promised me that day." You see, Caleb knew and believed so much in the promise that God set before him, that he would have that land, that that land would be his. And so he came with a boldness that, man, I wish I had in every situation. He knew what God had told him. He knew where he was supposed to go. He knew what he was supposed to do. And he went straight to the leader, Joshua, and said, "Joshua, God promised me this land. Now you better give it to me, because it's a promise from God." That's a boldness that I want in my life. You know, there's certain situations, there's certain times when I'm pretty confident that God has told me things. When I'm pretty sure what He's told me to do, where He's told me to go, who He's told me to be. But sometimes I let the people around me, "Oh, that's not true. No, that definitely can't be true. That definitely can't happen." But Caleb came with a boldness because he knew what God had told him. May you know today, whatever God told you to do, whatever He's called you to be, wherever He tells you to go, may you be bold in the fact that you know that He told you to do that, and stand up for what you know is right.
Death took his life, you see his head hang down. He starts to heave 'cause his death came slow. It's plain to see that it's more painful.